Sometimes when we speak or write English, we get stuck because we are looking for that appropriate word. So today, I picked the 10 most common words that appear in competitive exams, and you can also use them in your daily English vocabulary. So today, we're going to learn 10 smart words to make you sound smarter in English. Their meanings, root words, example sentences, and alternate words. So let's get going. Happy watching! So hey there, this is Chetna and you're watching ChetChat. And at the end of this video, there's also a little quiz to test you on how well you learned these words. So let's get going quickly. Smart word number 1 is intrepid. Intrepid. Intrepid means to be fearless, adventurous, and extremely brave. For example, our intrepid soldiers walked for miles in deep snow to reach their base. Now, intrepid comes from in and trepidus. Trepidus means to get alarmed, and intrepidus means someone that does not get alarmed and does not get afraid. Another word from this root trepidus is trepidation, which is that trembling feeling of fear and anxiety. So to be intrepid is to not have any trepidation and not have any fear. So if you want to climb the Mount Everest, you better be an intrepid person. The intrepid kitten bravely walked right in front of 2 dogs, and the intrepid reporters went up to the war scene to record the events. Other words that you can use in place of intrepid are courageous, brave, valiant, and fearless. Now, I want you to make a sentence with each of these words and put it down in the comment section below, and I'm going to comment on each one of your sentences. And smart word number 2 is bolster. Bolster. Bolster means to support something, to strengthen it, and to make it stronger. Example, when you want to cheer up a friend who's feeling down, you bolster your friend. Bolster is also used for a long cylindrical pillow which is firm and which you use when you sit down for support. Example, after the pandemic, the government will have to take some strong measures to bolster the economy. The teacher bolstered the students' confidence by telling each one of them that they possessed a very special quality in them. They need to do something to bolster their image. Alternate words for bolster are boost, support, and strengthen. Smart word number 3 is pragmatic. Pragmatic. Pragmatic means someone that's practical, realistic, down to earth, matter of fact. Example, in these times, it's better to be pragmatic than to be rigid and conservative. Pragmatic comes from the Greek word pragma, which means deed. Historically, it's been used to talk about people that are more concerned with their actions than with some abstract notions. For example, the scientists used a pragmatic approach to deal with the water crisis. Now, if you run into a 4-year-old child who insists that they want a unicorn for their birthday, you can always say that, hey, this child is just not being pragmatic. Other words that you can use instead of pragmatic are sensible and practical. And if you want to learn more English words and phrases, I'm going to drop links for you in the description box under the video for some of our other interesting videos on smart words and phrases. Smart word number 4 is succinct. Succinct. Succinct means to be concise, to be short, to be brief, to be to the point. So for example, let's say you've written a book and you're going to get interviewed on television and you have only a 5-minute slot to talk about your book. You're going to have to tell a succinct version of that story. Sometimes when we write a long essay, we feel later on that we could have written it concisely in maybe 1 or 2 pages. Now, if your teacher, for instance, asks you to write the answer in a succinct manner, what she's trying to say is that keep your answer short, brief, and to the point. Other words that you can use instead of succinct are condensed or compact. And the opposite of succinct can be verbose or wordy. You can say that the essay was very wordy because it was 5 pages long. And if a speech, for instance, is very long, you can say his speech of 45 minutes was too verbose. Smart word number 5 is jocular. Jocular. Now, are you a happy person? Are you someone who's very cheerful and is always cracking jokes and making your friends laugh? Then you are a jocular person. A person can be called jocular when they're fond of joking, they are humorous and playful. Now, jocular is used in the positive sense. It not only is used to describe someone who's always cracking jokes, but also someone who's happy and cheerful to be around. A jocular man can make even the most serious person smile. Example, this song was written in a light-hearted and jocular way. Today, he was not in his usual jocular mood. So if one of your friends is very happy and cheerful one day and is cracking a lot of jokes and making everyone in the group laugh, you can always say, "Lovely to see you in this jocular mood today." Alternate words to jocular could be humorous. Now don't forget to make those sentences with each one of these words and put them down as comments under this video. Smart word number 6 is elucidate. Elucidate. Elucidate means to explain something and make it clear. So for example, you're trying to learn English and I'm doing my best to elucidate some of the difficult words in my videos. Now, elucidate is a verb, which means it denotes an action. So you could actually tell somebody, "Could you please elucidate what you just said?" Now, perhaps you didn't understand what they said and you're asking them to explain it to you more clearly. The root word of elucidate is the word lucid. Lucid means to be bright and shining. So let's say someone explains something in a very lucid way. It means that they have almost shone light over it and made it appear very clear. So for example, your teacher asks you a question, "Please elucidate the Newton's first law of motion with examples." What she's trying to say is explain this law very clearly and also give some examples. And alternate words that you can use instead of elucidate are clarify or illuminate. Smart word number 7 is unanimous. Unanimous. When 2 or more people are in perfect agreement, you can use the word unanimous. For example, the doctors were unanimous in their diagnosis. Now, when a group of people are in total agreement, it could be a unanimous opinion, a unanimous vote, or a unanimous choice. Example, the bill required the unanimous approval of all the member states. Now, unanimous comes from uni and animus. Animus refers to the mind or the spirit and uni refers to union. So it's like the union of all minds, everyone agreeing to the same thing. Now imagine I asked each of you what you'd like to have for lunch today. Chances are the unanimous decision will be pizza. And recently on my community post, I asked you what you wanted to see in my next video and the unanimous choice was English words. Alternate words that you can use instead of unanimous are consensus and agreement. Now put a comment quickly under the video telling me which of these was your favorite and stay tuned because we've got a quiz coming up for you at the end of these 10 words. Smart word number 8 is presume. Presume. Now presume means that you decide something is perhaps true even before you receive the evidence for it. It's almost like you're guessing a little bit beforehand. Example, is she at work? I presume because she's not at home. So you've presumed that she's at work because she's not at home, but you have no evidence to say that. So presume is something like pre-assume. So let's say you go into an interview for a sales manager's job and the interviewer might ask you, even before they've looked at your resume, they might ask you, "You have sales experience, I presume." Example, I presume that schools and colleges are not going to open in 2020. And sometimes when you try to guess the math answer too quickly, your teacher might say, "Don't presume, wait for all the facts to be declared." Alternate words that you can use instead of presume are assume, suppose, or imagine. Smart word number 9 is congenial. Congenial. A congenial person is easy to get along with. So if you're deciding which of your friends to take along on your next road trip, then choose the one that's most congenial. Congenial means sharing the same temperament or qualities. You can talk about a congenial person, place, or environment. Maybe for some of you, the library is a congenial environment, or perhaps the garden is a congenial place. You can use the word congenial for something that's pleasing, like-minded, and compatible. Overall, congenial is something that's easy to get along with because it shares the same qualities as you. Now, congenial comes from con and genial. Genial is like genetics and gene, and con means like similar. So it's like saying that we have the similar genetic bond between us. Example, the science department provides a congenial atmosphere for research. Or Frank was a very congenial colleague. The summer season in India is not congenial to most northern Europeans. Alternate words that you can use instead of congenial are pleasing or pleasant. And don't forget to make sentences with each one of these words and drop them down in the comment section below. Smart word number 10 is adept. Adept. Adept means to be very skilled and proficient at something. For example, she was an adept juggler, or Satya was unusually adept at mathematical calculations. Example, Robin was adept at handling the media, or Bill was adept at imitating others. Chimpanzees are adept climbers, and if you have managed to learn the meanings of all these 10 words today, then you are adept at English language. And other words that you can use instead of adept are skilled and well-versed. And now for the quiz. I've got 10 short questions for you, and in each one of them there's a fill in the blank and the answers are each of the 10 words. So I'm going to read out the questions to you now, and you're going to quickly write answers to them in the comment section below. So here goes. The last paragraph was a dash summary of the book. The high interest rates helped to dash up the economy. The notes helped to dash the most difficult parts of the text. I dash from your speech that you are a foreigner. He's usually very dash at keeping his private life out of the media. The children lightened the mood at home with their light-hearted and dash chit-chat. She had a very dash relationship with her boss. Doctors are dash about the dangers of this drug. The dash young man took part in a grueling sponsored 50-mile bicycle ride. Some fashion styles are popular because they are convenient and dash. So I'm looking forward to your comments under the video, and also please press the subscribe button and the bell icon, and don't forget that thumbs up button, and happy watching.